Hello again everybody, and a very warm welcome back to the Behind the Skies channel once again. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. A very warm welcome to Key West International Airport, where we start our journey today before taking the 47-minute flight up to Orlando Sanford. I am really looking forward to this one. We're in the Contrail Falcon FA50 for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024 today. So we're going to be doing a quick little showcase of this aircraft as well. I've already got a video up on the channel going over my full flight tutorial, so be sure to check that out. But without further ado then, let's jump into the flight deck of the Falcon FA50. But actually, first things first, we are going to do a nice little external walk around just take a look at the aircraft. So this is the Falcon FA50 by Contrail. Their first project, and there are definitely some good things about it. It's definitely quite impressive for a first project, but also a couple of things that need to be addressed. Quite good modelling around the landing gear surfaces. The airframe has got a good model, which is nice. Liveries look good. I wish there was a little bit more texture to the wing, because this is just a livery that's got it. Without this, it's relatively bare. Still looks good though, nonetheless. Definitely some high quality modelling work. Lots of effort has been put into this. Got a couple of little baggage storage areas. And our 3 engines on the Falcon. They're quite long and big, actually. Gently spinning away is number 2. That is hiding, obviously. And number 3. Again, another beautiful wing. In our APU. Out here as well, somewhere. The APU on this bird, oh, he's insanely loud, but quite a fun one, actually. Yeah, really quite a good look from the outside. We go inside. Once chase plane lets me move. Hello? Has chase plane just died? See if we can restart it. Okay, well, I will go to my task manager and try restart chase plane. Chase plane end. Okay. Ah. Why does this not let me move? Oh, there we go. Just had to go and escape and get back in. 𝗏𝗚𝗂, hello, welcome. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So this is the cabin on board. So you've got a couple of drawers here that do their thing. You can drag them out. They've got a nice little bit of sound to them. There's a bit of cutlery in there. Wish the modelling in here was a little bit nicer. A bit more premium would be good. Some cups and things. A couple of drinks. Nate, hello, welcome aboard. Not really. Heat will occasionally affect takeoff performance, but it just shouldn't be that big of an issue for us. But yeah, nicely detailed cabin. Got blinds as well that work, which is good. And of course we've got the Contrail little mat on the floor, which is also quite nice. Big step up to the flight deck. There was a click spot here. What have I clicked? Don't know. Okay, well, that is a nice little bit of a walk around the cabin of the FA50 and the exterior. Let's go ahead and get some power to the aircraft. Let's get rid of that thing. There we go. So up here, batteries 1 and 2 go on, and we'll tie the bus switch. Centre booster pump can come on. AC1, AC2, EFIS, Radio Master, and EFIS 2 can go on. Nav and logo light.
Awareness. Oh.
Seatbelt signs.
Beat.
No smoking light, and emergency exit lights armed. Let's align our IRS systems, left side, right side to the nav position. All of our FMSs we can bring to life. Confirm our bar row on here. We'll go menu, track up, next page, and just hide all of those. And start to hear our systems coming to life. And this is our beautiful Falcon. Flymurf, hello, long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Welcome aboard. So we'll just download some SimBrief data. That's all in for us, which is perfect. Cool, we're all good to go in here. Let's go ahead and click enter. We'll do a manual flight plan today. So we'll go into the active, departure and arrivals. Departure, RAC Key West. West, that's in, and we are on runway 9. Click enter. Be a guffs today for our transition. Buffet 1 departure, and we'll click enter. Arrival wise, we are going to be going to Orlando Sanford. Oh, I typed the wrong thing in. Arrive. KSFB. There we go. Runway 09 left for us. And we're going to be on the Farrell transition. There it is. And we'll go ahead and make sure Joker's 4 is set, which it is. Wendell, hello. Welcome aboard. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for stopping by. Let me just open up my charts, make sure we've got that all set up. But I'm assuming we're going to be on an ILS. So 9 left. RNAV or ILS? Perhaps we do an RNAV. Yeah, we'll do the RNAV. So we'll go ahead and execute that. And then RNAV transition. Let's just double check my charts once again. Of course. Give me just one moment. If you rewind a little bit on the stream, we were just outside. So, Sanford, general, charts, approach, RNAV, 9 left. So we want IMPEC, and enter. We'll apply that, set that to the active. This is what the outside of our aircraft looks like for you there, Wendell. Nice and stealthy delivery I went with today. I have, yeah. There's Flymurf, good start. There are a few issues that need to be ironed out. But it's definitely in the right direction. And for Contrail's first product, I think it's quite impressive. Big thing is when I'm landing, there is too much drag on flaps 48, which has been causing me a few issues. It's been reported and is due to be fixed. But yeah, it's not quite ideal. And then there are a few other things here and there. OTG, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Yeah, as I say, there are a few other things here and there. The flight model is interesting. I find it a bit springy, although I'm not a real Falcon pilot, and it's been tested by Falcon pilots, so I have probably messed it up. Yeah, I think the texture work is okay. I mean, it's nothing that blows your socks off, like the 𝗍𝗗𝗰𝗶𝗶𝗀 builds, or Fly-by-wire, for example. But yeah, it's definitely a good start, and hats off to Contrail for tackling a project of this scale. I need to take a look at the 𝗔𝗶𝗿𝗶𝗀 MRF. I haven't really had an opportunity to yet. I'm debating if it's worth it, because it's one of those that I don't know if I'll actually fly that often. OTG, hi, welcome aboard, nice to see you. Wendell, this will be better than Latin VFR stuff by miles. Best add-on in 2024? Oh, okay. You're putting a lot of faith in it. And we'll click back there, just get rid of that. My great plane is the classic, the Phoenix 320. Nothing beats the Phoenix 320. Although recently I've been having this really odd issue where I get up into climb and my cabin altitude pressure thing shoots up and my passengers all die. Even when I put it in manual, it just doesn't work. Cut Claude, thank you for the follow. I've been having GSX issues, but it's working fine, says OTG. GSX always has some sort of issue. I've been putting off updating it, but I need to update it at some point. So we're going to the data page in our VNav, and we're just going to chuck in our cruising altitudes. I'm looking at 32,000 for today. Oh, 32,000. Sorted out. Perfect. Good stuff. GSX is one of those add-ons where it's absolutely incredible, but absolutely dreadful all at the same time. And what we'll do as well, we'll just chuck 32,000 into here. 32,000. But yeah, my cabin pressure issue, it's an odd one. Not entirely sure what is going on, but it's what it is. So, flight plan. Didn't see any problems with that, so we're all good. We'll go ahead and start up our APU. Nice and simple startup for this aircraft. So just the master switch, up with a generator, wait for our light to go pink or purple, as I keep calling it. And there we go. This thing is so thinking loud. Can't remember the last time I flew the Phoenix. Why fly the magenta line simplicity when you can fly retro? I mean, yeah, I think it depends for me. Sometimes I am really in the mood for a magenta line, get me from point A to B without any issues. But then there is sometimes I want to experiment and do some dodgy stuff. Like the 727, I quite enjoy. Yeah, that's so true, OTG. Always the customer's issue. That sound. Ooh. The Fokker 100 is quite simple. Some of the auto sim brief and FMC auto insertion stuff is probably one of the easiest ones to just import everything and crack on. Oh, nice. Okay, I'll be sure to check it out, FlyMerv. Sounds really good. Cool. Well, we've got so deep in conversation, I've sort of lost where I've gotten to, but we're just untying our bus switch, going back to flight normal. And I guess we are almost ready for engine start. HSI mode will pop onto our route, and we'll just get this to FMS. No, I completely disagree with you there, Wendell. The Phoenix is unbeatable. And I think the price of the Phoenix is incredibly competitive. So, ground operations, main door, we can close. Just get rid of that red light there. And we'll get our Mac trim on. Okay, time to start up our engines. Booster pumps can all go on. Anti-collision lights to red. OTG, I really hope they are priced in line with the A320 and 319 and 321. But I have a gut feeling that it's going to be more like a PMDG level for just the one. Although I'm not complaining too much. I think the Neos will be incredible. Although I really hope it's not that way. But yeah, I definitely think it will be well priced. So anti-collision light is on red. Starting number 2. That's it. Just pop in the button. Pass our N2 percentage, 12%, and you introduce the fuel. No, OTG. I think they've already confirmed that because it's an entirely different product. There's no plan for a discount. And there we go. Engine number 2 even has already started. Start number 3. There's that 12%. Get our fuel in. There we go, good stuff. Yeah, definitely should be cheaper than the FS Labs. Over to FMS on there, and start up number 1. There's that fuel. And off we go. Perfect. 3 good. Engine start. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've flown it a few times and haven't gone back to it. Pop everything onto air start now. Cross-feed pumps can go on. Set our flaps and slats to 20. APU shut down. Get our little takeoff cards. Sync our weight and bugs. Get our V1 and VR speeds in. APU is coming back. Cut the generator off. And our master. Perfect. So we are going to, what did I say, runway 27? No, 09. So it's going to be the one, in theory, just to our left. If I am not mistaken. Which I am not. Perfect. Okay. We'll just quickly uncage this. Let it do its thing. And I think that's everything. If it isn't, then we will very shortly find out. Taxi lights can go on. Brakes are released. Let's go flying. I need to quickly get my FS realistic profile all how I like it. Copy from profile. Cessna 152 Aerobat. Ground roll off. Touchdown down to 35. 20. 30. I can't see where I'm taxiing, so I hope we're not in the grass. There we go. Perfect. OTG, no, not a problem at all. Thank you very much for popping in. Very nice to see you. And have a fantastic evening. See you later. Oh dearie mate, keep an eye out when you're taxiing, otherwise you'll avoid the line. Right, standby pump to auto. Pitot heats can go on. Oh, good grief. Go TCAS. TARA. Anti-collision lights. All landing lights on.
Approaching 09.
This is the fantastic Key West scenery by MK Studios, by the way. Absolutely love it.
On runway 09.
Oh, shot that a bit. Okay, here we go, my friends. Do a nice little roll. Oh, good grief. There we go. Thrust is set. Check. Years coming up. Gorgeous stuff. Go climb mode. Flaps to the slats position. And autopilot. Engaged. Auto throttle, potentially. This aircraft traditionally doesn't actually have any auto throttle. I just realised I've been deafening you for the past 10 minutes. This aircraft traditionally doesn't have any auto throttle, but Contrail have implemented a basic auto throttle just to get you going. Get ourselves climbing again. And up to 32,000 we go. Start switches can go back to ground. Oh, and by the way, that machine gun sound is the trim. What a work of art. That is an incredible sound. Cut the taxi lights, see if that silence can come off. Now, let's go ahead and find some music. Bring the sim down just a tad. Perfect. Well, here we go. Up, up, and away. Fire up the helium dispensers. Brilliant. Climbing away, we'll get our landing light off. What a view. I love the Florida Keys. And if you're enjoying today's stream so far, guys, don't forget to drop a like, hit subscribe if you're new, and if you're viewing over on Twitch, please do drop us a follow. Helps us out a whole ton. Oh, hello. Get rid of that thing. Brilliant. There's 10,000 feet. Climbing for 260 knots. And we'll continue our climb up to 32,000. What we'll do, we'll increase our range ring actually. And I'm going to quickly grab a drink of water. Enjoy the views and tunes, everyone. I'll be back with you all in just a moment. Alright then, I'm back. Sorry for that quick little break there. Still climbing away at snail's pace. 63 miles until top of climb, that's okay. Right, EFB. Options, liveries, auto blinds off. Just get rid of them. So a quite cool feature as well in the Falcon is these displays here actually represent the real aircraft data. So we've got 44 minutes until we land. We're at, wait for it to go back to proper 334 knots, ground speed, 15,000 feet, which is pretty accurate. But again, just one of those extra cool features that are more of a quality of life thing. than anything else. But yeah, so far so good with the Falcon FA50. Relatively impressed. Don't know why our engines have gone all dodgy. Nope, unfortunately we can't. We're at our max speed for at the minute. But once we get up to cruise, we should be all good. We'll be able to speed up a little bit then. Again, if you guys are enjoying today's stream, be sure to hit like, hit subscribe. And we're about to reach our transition altitude, so we'll just go to 29902. And there's quite a... We'll take a look at the EFB. So, of course, you've got your ground operations. Quick pre-flight button will get everything just away and all set up, ready to go. Weight and balance page, of course, you've got your graph. You can import from SimBrief like we did earlier. Wendell, thank you very much. Much appreciated. You've got your zero fuel weight, takeoff weight, etc. all in there. Navigraph charts you have access to if you have the app installed. And then you've got a whole host of settings. So you can change your flight directives from the X bar to the V bar, but I much prefer the X bar. Autopilot control labels, so these are very handy. If you notice down here, this is your main autopilot sort of panel, which is a bit of a pain up the back to reach, especially when you need to be looking outside the aircraft. So these little screws here do just give you a little bit of a helping hand. So I've got my bar rows synced all up, just a quality of life thing there. And of course you've got all of the settings, cockpit door, co-pilot seat if you want to fly from the right, liveries, sound options, just like that. So yeah, pretty cool. No flying with a co-pilot, Wendell. Just myself. It's a bit of a pain to do shared cockpit type things. So quite a scenic route today. We're going to be flying up the coast of Florida. So we're about to make a right turn and just head up the coast. And then we're cutting across over the middle of Florida and then going into Orlando. Yeah, quite a fun route. So, Wendell, currently I have the Thrustmaster TCA Airbus pack. It's definitely good, especially if you are wanting to start out. So if you don't want to get too serious, it's quite reasonably priced for the entire kit. But what I would recommend is the Wind Control Ursa Minor. That is a really good side stick. And I also would recommend their Airbus throttle quadrant as well. It's not too much more expensive than this. I actually think it's about £50 more expensive for the entire set than the Thrustmaster, and it is significantly better from all of the reviews and things that I've seen. But, you know, do a little bit of research. and find the one that suits you best. Because there are definitely a whole host of different flight simmers. And you can get different products based on what you want. What you want to A, fly most, and B, fits in your budget. To plan for the rest of the week, I'm trying to... I hope we'll be able to get a stream in on Wednesday and then one on Friday. I'm going to try bring those back and just either do 4 PM or 8 PM UK time. They seem to work quite nicely. And then after that, well, for Wednesday, I'm thinking about an Airbus A320 flight. I'm thinking Gatwick to Geneva would be quite a fun one. With EasyJet or potentially like Swiss. There won't be a return flight today, Wendell, unfortunately. IPB, hello, welcome aboard. Nice to have you. Thank you very much for watching the tutorial. The immediate thing I can think of is in your options page. Just make sure that in the cockpit you have allow autopilot override switched off. You don't want that on. Other thing as well, just make sure your yaw damper and autopilot are connected up here. But if you're unable to fix it, my best suggestion would be go to the Contrail Discord server. They have a FA50 support forum, and support is really quick from what I can tell. So you'll be able to get a little bit of help out over there. Yeah, of course. So the auto throttle I find is a little bit finicky if it works or not. But it's this little screw just on top of the throttles here. As I mentioned earlier, it's not native in the FA50 to be included, but it's just one of those quality of life features that Contrail decided to implement. But yeah, I find that to occasionally be a bit iffy, especially on VNAV descent. Aviation Bros, hello, welcome aboard. Hope you're doing well. Exos, welcome. Just finished Luxembourg to Gibraltar in the Falcon. I adore this thing. That is actually a really lovely flight. The Gibraltar approach I haven't done in ages. I need to do that. Hey, thank you very much for the follow there, Exos. Welcome. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it as well. A few things that need ironing out. Other than that, I'm really enjoying it. First time at Gibraltar. Nice. Epic choice. Just zoom out on here a little bit. Slowly getting to our cruising altitude. This thing is such a pain at the back to climb. 19 miles, 2 minutes. Done all the fun approaches in the Alps in Switzerland in the PC12. Decided it was time for something different. Or the approaches in Switzerland are another level. I need to go back to Innsbruck. That is one of my all-time favourites. When do I use live weather? So if we fly through clouds, then well, yeah, I do fly through clouds if there is cloud around. Why are these out of sync? Oh, I see. 2992. There we go. I very strongly recommend G-Stat, LGSK, for a VFR rifle. Okay, I'll say that. I'll save that. I do apologise if I have butchered the pronunciation. Yeah, I did have them set to sync all, but obviously it hasn't done that. That's alright. Right, we didn't get our 1,000 feet to go alarm. Oh, there it is. Oh, we're going to flight level 320. Whoops, my bad. This is 2024, Coley. Definitely the simulator of choice for me at the minute. Starting to cruise over Florida now. And then it wouldn't be too much longer off that until our top descent. As I mentioned earlier, we're doing the RNAV approach today. So that will be a fun one. I find the RNAV approach is so much more enjoyable than the ILS. The ILS is occasionally a bit of a pain at the back. But yeah, thank you for that suggestion, Exos. I will take a little look-see. ILSs can be pretty fun when they're non-standard, like steep approaches or offsets. Oh, I do like a good offset. Oh, there was one that I was doing a few weeks back. Oh, I think it was a French one. Oh, I can't remember what it was, but that was good fun. And also London City is a classic. Just eagerly waiting for a 220 or something that is capable to fly into London City that is not the FSS E-Jets. Haven't done London City in a while? Fair enough. It's one of those that if you don't really have the aircraft, it's sort of like, meh. Not quite so enjoyable. I don't think we do have a release date for the A220. I believe it was just Q3 or 4. Thank you very much, Wendell. Yeah. Quarter 3 or 4 of this year, something along them lines. I'm pretty sure. It's definitely this year, I know that much. Can a Falcon do steep approaches? Haven't looked into it. I don't know actually. That's definitely a question to ask. Oh, and by the way, if you guys haven't already, on the Contrail Discord server, there is currently a screenshot contest for the Falcon FA50, and you have the chance to win a scenery of your choice from the Contrail web shop. So you can put 2 screenshots into the draw, and then once the time is up, people will vote for their favourite ones, and the top 3 will get a nice little prize. This says about 5 minutes until top of descent. What we might as well do then is just get ourselves all ready. There actually isn't anything we really need to do for the RNAV. The only thing would be minimums, which I will set now. For runway 09 left. Fast approach. RNAV 9 left. Okay. 360, that is us. So, minimums, just pop our little pusher in. Absolutely love how simple, or not really simple, just how every bit of space in the flight deck is used, and used in a logical sense. I think it's just really quite incredible that this one switch can have two features. Likewise with the FMS, to keep it nice and small. I really hope we get more airports with open hangars to use more out of the tug feature. Yes, I've completely forgotten about that. I haven't used it once yet. Not once, which sounds really awful, but there's just not really anywhere that I can think of off the top of my head with open hangars to be able to do it. I was really surprised with the FMS. I wasn't expecting it to be as good. Not a shot at Contrail, but more at an old school aircraft. The FMS on Dash 8, for instance, is a joke. Yeah, to be fair, I was surprised how simple this thing was. I was really expecting it to be a bit of a pain up the back and in a really hard layout. But literally 3 buttons, click next page, and that's it. Really nice. So let me quickly just pop back to our VNAV page. 2 minutes, 60 miles. And our intercept altitude is going to be 2,000 feet. So we'll get that in just a moment. Cruising over Florida now. Actually doesn't look like we're very high up. I think it's because we're in this teeny tiny aircraft. I'm really looking forward to getting a Dash 8 in the sim, Exos. I think that will be incredible. I think Majestic is developing one. But who knows how long that will be, unfortunately. You're not looking forward to a Dash 8? You've got real experience in it? Oh. That's pretty cool though that you've flown the Dash 8. Or had experience on it anyway. They fit a HUD in that? The Dash 8 is teeny. I'm surprised they can actually fit one in. Right. arm our VNAV. I will pop 2000 in here. 2000. There we go. That is insane that they can fit one of a HUD in there. To be fair, it makes sense. HUDs are really quite clever, aren't they? Just the benefit to it. There's an option on the captain sides only. To be fair, it's pretty cool. You could do a manual single engine Cat 3. Wow. That is epic. Okay, so our VNAV doesn't ever like me when I'm descending, so I'm just going to control the throttle manually. It's actually not that bad in this aircraft to speed up or slow down. Have you discovered the little issue, Exos, with the flaps set to 48 on landing? It might be patched, because I don't think I have got my aircraft fully up to date. But yeah, I've discovered, well, it wasn't me that discovered it. I saw on the Discord that there is too much drag at flaps 48, which I have noticed actually. I'm using so much power and still almost stalling flaps 48. So if you just have your flaps set to 20 degrees, it's a whole ton better for landing. But that might be fixed in the latest patch that had been pushed. Yeah, I'm on version 1 at the minute. I haven't updated to the latest. Oh no, I'm on 1.01. But I have still noticed it a few times. I actually don't know what our route is going to look like when we come into here. I think... what runway did I say? 9 left. Should be quite a nice and easy landing. And then we're going to the general aviation parking, or posh people terminal. Southwest ramp is where we're going. Let me just double check that's accurate on flight radar. Still felt better than release. Okay, maybe we'll try flaps 48 and see how we get on. And if it's a bit dodgy, we'll go back up to 20. Right, I'm looking for Orlando Sanford. And I just want to double check it is the Southwest apron that we're going to. Yep, there are all of the private jets. Good. Quite a nice day up here actually. A little bit of a cloud base, but nice and sunny skies. This flight has gone by so quickly. It's always a love-hate thing when the flight goes quick. We'll just bring our throttles back ever so slightly. If you don't ever see any flights on flight radar, go on Google Maps to see if there's an FBO or private terminal. Yeah, what I tend to do actually is I've got my flight radar set up to be on the satellite map. That you can then zoom in to the airports and get all the satellite data and not have to go on Google Maps. That's also quite helpful for when I'm looking at flights on flight radar and I'm like, what gate is that? You can zoom in and see the gate number, which is definitely quite helpful. Right, we'll go to our approach page on our little Falcon. That works most of the time, but I had some issues when I did around the world tour in the C750. Places like Japan, there aren't too many, sadly. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. What a great thing, though. A world tour in this C750. I'm assuming the flight effects one. That is insane. I guess that thing is like a rocket, though, isn't it? So it doesn't take donkeys to do it. Looks like almost photogrammetry down there. Right, let's get the METAR in. METAR KSFB. Right, here it is, the METAR. Okay, the wind, 070 degrees, 13 knots, so 09 left will be good enough for us. 10 mile visibility, overcast 5,500, scattered 4,400. Temperature 32 with a dew point of 24. Nice and warm in Orlando today. Altimeter 3003. I need to set 3003. 3003, and we'll leave the first off to the side. A lot of flights, but man, that is a quick plane. Yeah. Epic plane, that one. I need to give that another go, actually. I haven't flown it in a while. Did a couple flights at flight level 510 just for fun. Takes forever to climb past 450. 510. That is incredible that that aircraft can actually get up that high. I bet though you can't go your full speed ahead though at that altitude. So max 210 knots at IPNEC. So I need to figure out a way to be able to control my little thingy. What was that noise? Pathetic MTB, thank you very much for the subscription. Welcome aboard. Service ceiling, so you need some good weather to do that. Ah, I see. Depending on the wind, so you can get a nice tailwind, then it's doable. Right, we'll get our seatbelt signs on, landing light, get our taxi light on, go on. And just start to bring our speed back a tad. That's quite cool though. What I'm quite looking forward to is seeing, hopefully in the near future, another supersonic jet. I think that is going to be quite something. Why is our aircraft not flying on the flight plan? Let's go. Heading. And just bring it back to our spout there. I'd love if the DC Designs Concorde had a properly simulated INS. I've seen a couple of streams and videos on that thing, and that hurts my brain. It would be quite cool though if there was a properly represented Concorde in the sim. That would be incredible. Right, will you follow my flight plan now? Let's go direct. IPNEC. Enter. Yes. Now we're high. Brilliant. There are some good ones in P3D and X-Plane 12, but none, sadly, for MSFS. That's a shame. What altitude is it taking us to for 𝗏𝗏𝗃? Trying to see if I can find where 𝗏𝗏𝗃 is on my chart, or my star chart, not on my approach chart. But I'm considering switching back to Navigraph at the minute, actually. Just going to close the throttles. Currently, I used to be a Navigraph Unlimited subscriber, but what I actually decided to do was just use the default charts on the Flight Simulator 2024 website. They're up-to-date LIDO charts, and every AIRAC cycle they're updated, and I've been really enjoying using that at the minute. Saved me quite a bit of money as well. Yeah, LIDO charts are good. I do quite like them. And then, as I cancelled my Navigraph Unlimited, it gave me the option to just pay for nav data, and I was so glad for that, so that I could still get my AIRAC and stuff all set. But instead of €120 a year or whatever it is, now costs me 30. So he's saving quite a little bit of money there. So, if I recall, do you have to switch to Nav1 or an RNAV, or are you okay just to stay on FMS? I can't quite remember, but I think you should be all good just to stay on FMS. Oh, sounds like perfect. Thank you very much, Exos. Sim update 5.1 has just been released. Fixes for electrical systems causing avionic reboots. Improvements to terrain degradation in low memory conditions. And a couple of bug fixes. Nice. Doesn't sound like there is too much going on. I really hope they are able to fix the base FPS sort of issues, because my base FPS recently has been really struggling. But I've been keeping myself at a locked 45, and then I upscale it to 180 with BrainGen. I still remember when 30 FPS in P3D was luxury. Having 45 FPS in a sim that looks this good is incredible. Yeah. And this is, on my screen, it's all upscaled as well to 180, so it's buttery smooth. But the advancements in the technology in the past 10, 15 years is insane. So we're about to reach 𝗏𝗏𝗃. We need to be about 210 knots, but that's okay. We're about there. And I'm going to actually boot up SkyDolly just so we can get a recording of the replay. I am actually really intrigued to see how this landing goes, because I have a feeling this may either be really good or absolutely dreadful. Okay, we'll go ahead and cut the music, bring the sounds up a tad. And we'll arm our approach. It is already captured. I actually may... Okay, I'll leave it for now, but if I get any issues, then switching it right back. In 1.0.1, the landing felt much better. Speaking to a real FA50 pilot, you should cut the throttle at around 50 feet. Okay, so it's not like an Airbus. I've been cutting it way too late then. Oh, you know what? That has worked out pretty well, you know. Perfection. How far out are we? 'Cause I always find myself deploying flaps and that way too early. It feels like we're really fast, so now I'm going to cut the throttle there. What really does throw me off is having to manually deploy the air brake after touchdown. Am I blind or something? Where is the rubway? Oh, there it is. Fine, we're good. Did I start recording? No, there we go. We are recording. Okay, slats. Let's go ahead and deploy our slats. See them just go out there. Let our speed fall back. We've got our throttle closed, which is fine. And I guess we'll go on next set of flaps. Flaps 20. Go gear down as well. Sick car bugs. Don't you gear me. What a view. And then we'll go full flaps. Flaps 48 degrees. So the mistake I made earlier is having my chair dodgy. Oh, I absolutely love it too. Machine gun sound, incredible. So here it is again. I'm going flaps 20 because there's just something that's not quite right. Flaps 20 degrees, set. Yeah, that machine gun sound, chef's kiss. I don't know what the aircraft is doing, so you know what? We're just going to fly it ourselves. Enjoy the landing, my friends.
Too fast. Too fast.
Go away. I think, yeah, that machine gun sound is my favourite aircraft sound in the sim. Closely followed by the A380 flap sound and the GE90s on takeoff from Boris.
Approaching 09 left.
Whoa, hello. Give it a bit of nose down trim. Show you that focus on the profile, not too bad. Just wait for that second white light. That'll be us.
Unstable. Unstable.
We're stable. That wind is really pushing us around, isn't it? Oh, I've let our speed drop too much. This is flopped. Hello? I was max elevator and my nose did not pitch up at all. Spanked it. Get that air brake out. Well, I think we have been fired from our job. Probably just killed off the very important person we're carrying. Came in a bit too... that is probably my fault. Well, of course it is my fault. A little bit more work needed. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. I'm the owner of the plane. It's fine. The one real pain up the back is trying to start up the APU while... Oh, I always forget about that. Bus tight. Flaps can also go up. Well, a very warm welcome to Orlando. That took a minute to come into my brain. Overall, that was a pretty decent flight. Approach, a bit iffy, but you know, we move on. Still got a load more landings to do at some point in this. Definitely do more streams with this aircraft soon. We may need to do that Luxembourg to Gibraltar flight because that sounds like an absolute vibe. Okay, I think we are going to turn in here actually. Yeah, me too actually. That's a good shout. Touch and go session in the Falcon. Bleed air can go on.
Approaching
anti-collision light to...
9 center.
Just make sure nothing is going to... Oh, this is a taxiway / runway. That is really quite odd. One thing that I have found is a lot of these private terminals and stuff like that are very much neglected. There is an open hangar. We can try out the tug feature. Yes, please. I actually haven't tried it, so this is going to be quite exciting. Okay, there's no taxiway, it's just a private ramp, so we're just going to swing ourselves in. Just cut across. Who's going to stop us? There's no one here to say no. That is an open hangar, isn't it? Yes. Right. We'll stop ourselves here. Set our brakes. And then I assume we have to shut down our engines. So 3, 2 and 1. Engines are all shut down. Lovely. Well, welcome to Orlando, everybody. In case you were wondering, the landing rate, we definitely need a gear inspection. We got minus 629 feet per minute. Oh. So, brakes off, okay to tow. So I'm assuming we'll We'll get our anti-collision light off. Seatbelt sign off. What I believe we need to do is come out here, and then there's something. You click. That one? That one, there we go. And then bring up our toe. Which button connects us? Cannot push parking brake. Need to go inside to release that, don't I? Yep, that's done. Okay. Oh, this is epic. Let's see how precise I can be. This is really laggy, but whatever. Oh, I'm going to get run over. Look at that. Know what we'll do? We'll do... Then? That is insane. What a feature. Hats off there. Okay, let's speed up a bit. How fast can we get this thing? 1.1 meter a second. Whoa, I'm going to get whacked by the wing. This is quite something. Now the real challenge... Oh no. Better not break my wing. Oh no, we're right. Got loads of them. This thing is huge. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, we just about saved that. Oh no. Oh. So close. And stop. Perfect. We disconnect our thing. Exactly. I am the owner. Who cares if we just clip our wings slightly? Okay, looks like that guy doesn't want to leave us alone. Unless I am doing something wrong, which probably am. Ah, there we go. It's that button there. Perfect. What a flight. Oh, hello. Why am I being moved? Oh, this is peculiar. Why am I... Why is this moving me? Exactly. Welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Hey, we're fixed. Okay. I can't be bothered to do a quick start of the engine, so we're just going to replay this and hope that the engines come alive.
Flaps. Flaps. Approaching
Let's take a
0,
look at how this is.
9 left.
Let's get the music back on. Otherwise, we just sat in silence. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. Thank you all for coming along. Watch a couple of our replays, see how we did. See, it was going so well. There was just no flare. Yeah, we'll do a little view from in here, see what our speed was when I cut the throttle. Uh, 110 knots, and then that speed dies. There we go. That's what it was. Good eyes there, Exos. Good spot. Play one from the outside, just watch it from this. You need to cut out V-app, otherwise you fall like a rock. What was my V-app? 117. Ah. Okay, a little bit far off. Not bad though. Okay. Well guys, unfortunately that is going to wrap up today's live stream. A big thank you to everyone who has come along today. Thank you for all of the new followers over on Twitch. And a big shout out to Exos for being here for the majority of the stream. Hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed having you here, so thank you for coming. Bye. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, whatever you're up to. Let's go ahead and get a final replay. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. Have a fantastic rest of your afternoon, evening. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.